name is Andrew Glaze. I was born in Jamaica and immigrated to Brooklyn relatively small. Served in the Army after going to West Point for a number of years. Now living in California, and our headquarters is based in Austin. I tell you what, West Point was the hardest thing I ever did until I built this app. And so it was a great foundation as far as learning the discipline, project management, managing your timeline, and really leadership across a number of different areas. Sure. So a bit about why I launched it. After 5 years in the Army after going to West Point, my last year, which was in Baghdad, I went to Columbia for business school, worked at Merrill Lynch as an investment banker, and worked at a number of hedge funds. And so I work at large multi-billion-dollar hedge funds. I've invested over $1 billion of capital during my career. And what I saw overwhelmingly was a lack of access for diverse communities. And so I got the opportunity to learn from Warren Buffett at Columbia Business School and a number of other great investment minds. And I wanted to bring that knowledge to diverse communities. When I first came to America, I was one of 12 in a 2-bedroom apartment in Bed-Stuy. Now I live in Beverly Hills, having become a millionaire from the knowledge I gained. And so I am a natural and organic member of both streets, both the streets of New York as well as Wall Street. And so I'm able to communicate the lessons I've learned from both to either party. Absolutely, that's been my experience. And so overwhelmingly, I feel desire to take the knowledge and the skills I've gained and figure out how to way to disseminate and parse that amongst diverse communities. Diverse communities being Black, Hispanic, Asian, as well as veterans. Sure. Well, it's fascinating. I spoke to well over 100 people doing user surveys as we built this from all different backgrounds, all different ages. And the one universal across all of those was a close to irrational fear of doing new things in finances that they're unfamiliar with. So they go, I don't know how to invest. I'm terrified of putting $20 in because I might lose it. Well, I would argue you spend $20 in many cases on lunch. I wouldn't worry so much about using it. And I really would focus on starting in any capacity, even a little bit today. When you start today, you start to get the power of compound interest on your side. You also start learning and developing the skill sets that you'll need to succeed. And you become more and more comfortable. Exactly. So if I could offer one piece of advice to anyone not investing, it would start with $20 per month today. Sure. We're getting the highest level of engagement with people that look like me. And so they're 40 years old, diverse. 40% of our current app population is African American, 25% are veterans, another 20% or so are Caucasian, and the remainder are a combination of Hispanic and Asian. Yes, I thought it was really important to offer both. Many diverse communities have had a poor history with traditional institutional financial firms, and so I thought it was vitally important to provide not just the education, but immediate access from their phones to it. It's shocking to know, but in many instances, less than 30% of diverse communities have any exposure to the stock market. Less than 30%. In some cases, less than 25%. And so I thought it was vital that people have the tools in their phone. And so I didn't want to just give education and then send them to an institution that they may not trust nor have a connection with. I thought it was important to have all of them together. And so it's important for me also to mention this is a white label solution, and we're really focused on marketing this actually to banks and small and medium businesses. Instead of going directly to consumers with this, I go to banks who are in themselves desperately struggling to engage diverse communities, and I allow them to white label our content and our software, giving them immediate street cred, authentic, organic abilities to engage diverse communities. Sure. So as I mentioned earlier, I went to West Point. I've got a number of veterans that are with me. My co-founder is a Marine, and so we met at Columbia Business School. After Columbia, he worked at SoFi for a number of years, Justin White. And so we came together out of a common desire to really bring this education to really veterans and Black and brown people as well. And so other than Justin, it's a number of other veterans and West Pointers. We're more than 80% veterans and spouses in our team today. Sure, and so it's been a great conference so far. The one universal response to the content on the WealthStack platform has been sheer delight. And that's bank CEO executive, that's individual user, that's partner. They all find it really, really compelling. We've been actually getting pretty far with JP Morgan Chase on a potential licensing deal. And so what I really want to do is encourage anyone seeing this video to go to the WealthStack app and start to watch the content. And then as you review this content, to think about how that content could be helpful to your platform in reaching diverse audiences. I help them by giving them recommendations of stocks. For myself, after all the learning on Wall Street and working at hedge funds, buying and selling of stocks, what I realized is that buying really good companies that are growing rapidly can put you in a position for significant wealth creation. So after all my lessons in trading on Wall Street, in 2016 I put most of my own capital in PayPal, which went from $36 then to $300 today. Importantly, I realized this is one trade. And so meaning that I can go to the layperson with no knowledge, and if I can encourage them with a small select list of compounders, PayPal, Amazon, Visa, and get them to buy $10, $20 each, versus sending them off to the broader universe of thousands of stocks, I can take someone with relatively little knowledge of investing and help position them for success. So I think of it a lot like riding on a bike with training wheels. On the WealthStack app, you can just follow along behind me while I'm educating and teaching you all the basic financial principles. And when you're ready to go on your own, you're then able to select individual securities based on your own analysis, or continue to follow me with the lessons that I've obtained from Wall Street. We are using Drive Wealth as our integration partner. So Drive Wealth, the trading, they do the fractional shares, they do the account opening as well. Though all content, as far as the education, is created by us. You can get the educational content for free. There's a cost, an infrastructure fee for doing the trading. Sure. The last thing I would say is that we view it member of the financial ecosystem. I firmly believe that banks and diverse communities need each other. Banks for growth, diverse communities, they need access to the tools. And so we facilitate that. And as we do, we generate fees, affiliate, recommendation, referral fees, and we share 10% of those with the users, allowing them to get the benefit of monetization of their data and giving them some seed corn, if you would, for growing their wealth. And so we're looking for ecosystem partners that share the same mission and drive to provide diverse communities with access to financial education and the tools to create wealth. Thank you. Thank you.